All right. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I'm back again with another live. I hope that you guys are doing well and I hope that you guys are staying safe. You guys, I am back again with another video, another live. I feel like it's been a minute since I've gone live, but I'm here. I'm not sure who's all going to hop in on this live, but I hope that all is well with everyone. Happy Sunday. Um, you know, it's been the first couple days of the new year, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. And I hope that you are not going to allow the narcissist to ruin your first couple days of the new year and your new year period. Hopefully you guys were able to get through Christmas, which we all did because it's a whole nother year, and also, Thanksgiving and stuff like that. But yes, it is a new year, and hopefully you guys have set some goals for yourself. Maybe you've set some, you know, some goals and maybe some things, some activities, or some sort of, it could be anything, honestly. Some things, some challenges, or, some things that you want to do for the new year. Or even if you haven't, that's totally fine. You don't have to, because some people are not into that per se. They're like, hey, I don't want to set like a resolution. They don't want to set goals, or they don't want to set, different things for themselves. Hold on one second, you guys. I'm gonna check something. Let's see here. Hold on. I do just want to let's see. So like for instance, yeah, like it could be objectives that you may want to set for yourself, or a plan or purpose or some sort of intent. That's fine if you did, and if you didn't, no worries. But anyways, or maybe you feel like you want to achieve something this year in particular or something like that. But I say definitely go for it, and don't allow the narcissist to ruin it for you, because they absolutely will try to do it. We all know how narcissists are. So don't give them your power. Don't give them the ability to make you feel bad about yourself, or make you feel upset, or make you feel worthless, or hopeless, and just undesirable or unattractive, or unbeautiful, or unproductive, or whatever the case is, because a lot of times they are the cause of it, right? So yeah, you guys, I kind of just wanted to just talk about, because I kind of mentioned this before. I feel like actually, let me pull it up. And by the way, if you are not, make sure that you do subscribe to the channel, follow this page, subscribe. I want to see something, because I feel like I have made a video on this before. So this is kind of sort of like a part 2. And I kind of want to do like a little testimonial, just a little sneak peek, because I kind of do talk about a lot of this stuff in the recent book that I did. And make sure that if you have not, get your book, both of the books that I did, Reclaim Your Life Back and Your Pain Will Make You Successful. Highly, highly, highly recommend that. But let me see here. Hold on. Because I know we're all on a journey to healing, and sometimes that could be a lifelong journey. So it's always good to keep working on yourself. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I want to say, let's see. Yeah, I could put, like, I made a video basically saying how to manage your emotions. How to manage emotions you feel after narcissistic abuse, things to do in 2023 to help with healing. So I did do a video on that. And then let's take a look here. I feel like there was another one that I did. I want to say it was earlier last year. I just want to kind of pull that up to kind of use that as a reference. Let's see here. Now, I can't recall if it was a live. It could have just been like a regular video, to be honest. Let's see. So, okay, yeah. So I think it was, ways to talk to God to help you to heal after narcissistic abuse. So I guess that's kind of sort of like a follow-up from that video there. So, this is kind of, I guess, more of a different aspect on this end. So this is kind of just talking more about how to keep God first and what that means, and how that's actually helped me just giving you guys a real life experience from my own, life, and how when I kept God first, I've seen things work in my favor, and I've saw changes and transformations, and it was only because of God. You get what I'm saying? And real comments. Exactly. All right. Hello, how are you? You said exactly. Yes, and please feel free to leave a comment, you guys. How's your new year going so far? I know it's like just the beginning, so it's kind of hard to tell. But how are the first couple of days for you guys? Like I said, do you guys have any goals, any objectives for yourself? Are you planning to do certain things? And how do you go about? How do you plan on implementing them? I would really love to know. I would really love to hear you guys' feedback, all that good stuff. And also make sure that you guys are join my free Facebook support group. It's called the Healing and the Recovery Room. And let's see here. Hold on. My computer is tripping. You said hold up. This thing is like kind of in a way. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you said put God first and leave the past behind. Yes. Leave the past behind. Absolutely. Leave the past behind for sure. Yeah, because I feel like when you put God first, it's like you're kind of letting God know, like, hey, I trust you, I love you, I know that you have my best interests at heart, and I know that you won't steer me in the wrong direction. Like, that's something that I had to learn on my journey. And like I said, make sure that you do get your copy of my book, Call Your Pain Will Make You Successful. And I actually do talk a lot about how to keep God first and what exactly that means, and how to build a relationship with God, and how that's going to help you on your journey, your spiritual journey, your recovery journey. And it could also be mental health, overall well-being, right? And so, just basically say, like I said, I'm not going to give you guys spoilers or anything, but I just talk about like how God has really shown me like he's there. Like, although, like, here's the thing, like, we know that sometimes we can't see God or at all, right? We can't see God. We can't touch God. We can't hold God, but it's like, it's just kind of, he's omnipresent. He's always there, And so I found that when I kind of relied on God, because I was so afraid, you guys, I was so afraid to put my trust in God. And I realized once I decided to put my trust in God, then my life became so much, I felt free. Like, I felt free, and I also felt fearless, and I felt like kind of powerful, because I was like, oh, wow, like, I don't really have to rely on, worldly things or, certain, I guess, people at the time. It's for like, it could be happiness. It could be things that I want in my life, or certain things that I could strive for. I don't have to really rely on that. And I felt like I felt secure, and I felt at peace. You see what I'm saying? So that's the beauty of when you put God first and you allow God to be the center of your life. You put him at the forefront, then he's going to reveal certain things and guide you in a certain path, in a certain direction of what's going to be best for you. You know what I'm saying? Versus, relying on other people's opinions or other people's thoughts on what they believe that's true for you. Like, for instance, like your parents or, other people in your surroundings. And I'm not saying that, getting advice from like parents or other family members, associates, and friends is not like, I'm not saying that that's bad, but at the end of the day, when you're by yourself and you're listening to what God is telling you, he's going to give you the best guidance that you need the most. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to really be helpful for your recovery, So yeah. Thank you for the heart. You said, you've helped me so much recovering from my ex. Oh my God, I'm so happy to hear that. And what's your name? Because never mind. Okay, so I realized that your YouTube channel is called Real Comments Coming from a Real G. Okay, because I was looking, I was like, wait, where's the name part? But yeah, that's cool. I like that YouTube name. So you said thanks. Yes, you're absolutely welcome. I will get a copy. Yes, you can go on Amazon right now and you can purchase your copy. And you can get this one and also Reclaim Your Life Back. I'll actually give you the link right now. So that way you can go ahead and get it. And then actually, Real G, I actually do have some sugar scrubs that I'm gonna share with you guys. This natural sugar scrub, citrus ginger, I actually just released it. So for those of you that have like if you have a skincare regimen, or maybe you just been wanting to like focus on yourself and like heal your body, or maybe you just want to take care of yourself better, I found that this was actually helpful on my journey as well. Using sugar scrubs, especially in the shower. For me, I know, like, especially like when I'm shaving and stuff, I used to get like little irritations. I used to get redness, and I also used to get like little ingrown hairs and stuff like that. So I found that when I started using the sugar scrub, it actually made my skin feel soft, smooth, invigorating, and it just felt so nice. And it smelled amazing. And I was just like, dude, like, where has this been my whole life? So I would highly recommend Real G. Definitely try a sugar scrub. This one is a citrus ginger flavor, or a scent, sorry. And then I also have a milk coconut as well. This one is a 9 ounce. So I would highly recommend getting one if you like. It's all natural ingredients, by the way. And it's made with natural sugar and canola oil, olive oil, grapeseed oil, jojoba oil, aloe vera oil, coconut, non-GMO, soybean oil, vitamin E oil, essentials, and/or fragrance oil. And I also do have some that's non-scent as well. So, because I know for some of you, you're like, hey, I don't want scent. I do have that as well. But for now, I do have the 2 scents, like I said, the citrus ginger, as well as the coconut milk. So definitely give it a try. It's always good to take care of yourself, because as I always say, when we don't put when we don't put God first, when we don't put ourselves first, and not in a selfish way, but we don't like say, hey, okay, how's this going to benefit me? All right, what does this person bring into the table? This is what I have to offer. What do they have to offer? Do they align with how I feel? Do they align with my values? Do they align with my morals? Just kind of really reassessing the situation and not looking at that individual based off of the looks, not based off of like what they're wearing or what they have or what they drive. Like, what is their personality like? How do they treat you? How do they treat other people? How do they feel about worldly views? What type of, not all the time, like, but it could be not like certain music, not all music, because sometimes I like to listen to different kind of music too, just saying. But just kind of like, maybe look at their social media or something, like how are their, what do they think? What do they believe about themselves, about other people? So just kind of, keep that in mind. But yeah, definitely give yourself a treat. Try my new sugar scrub. I can link that below as well. And basically, what would happen with that is once you place the order, I'll go ahead and get it ready for you, ship it out. I send it via USPS. And you should get it within like the next 1 to 2 weeks. So I'll link that below for those of you that would like to try my new sugar scrub. And by the way, you guys, I actually just got out of the shower before I got on the live, and I used it, and it smells so good. And actually, I could show you. This is the inside of the jar. So it's a pretty decent sized jar. And I'm actually going to get a bigger sized ounce of a jar, but this is what it looks like. So let's see the sugar. And by the way, it lasts for 12 to 24 months. The other thing is what I recommend, like when you do purchase the sugar scrub, because I've told a few other people that did purchase already, it's just like, you go in the shower, you do your thing. And then I just recommend just kind of getting the scrub, just take the jar and then put it like in your bathroom cabinet, or you can put it like in your room, just because, like with the natural ingredients, if it has like too much moisture or too much heat, it could kind of evaporate. So we want to avoid that at all costs. So, it's always good to just, once you finish out of the shower, just take it with you, put it in your cabinet or, in your room. And I used to always do that anyway. So, but yeah, just a heads up. So, but anyway, you guys, yeah. So what else? And, okay. Darmisha. Okay. Hi, Darmisha. Okay, great. Yes, absolutely. So this is, let me give you the link for the sugar scrubs, and let me know when you get it, Darmisha, so that way I can go ahead and send it to you. And I'm pretty sure like once you order, I'll get the confirmation in my email, and I will just need your address and all that good stuff. And anybody else watching, if you want to try my sugar scrub, please do not hesitate to do so. It is a really good thing to add it to your skincare regimen, but trust me, you guys will love it. But yeah. And thank you. You said nice. I love ginger. Yes, I think that honestly, for now, the ginger citrus is my personal favorite. I like it the most. So I'm, like I said, I have the 2 scents for now. I'm gonna be trying another scent next month, so I'll definitely keep you guys posted. I'll be revealing that very soon. So I'm really excited. So, and like I said, honestly, I'm all just about, like, as you see on my page, you know, mental health, relationships, empowerment, self-care, self-love, self-worth. Because again, you guys, if we're not investing in ourselves, if we're not taking care of ourselves, if we're not treating ourselves, pampering ourselves, and really spending time to like nurture ourselves, no one else is going to do it, you guys. Not a single soul. So like, if you, and it's almost like you're telling God, you're like saying, God, like, okay, I'm worth it. Like, I invest in myself, I treat myself, and naturally you're going to attract someone that's going to do the same thing, because they're going to be on your same vibrational level, right? Now, if you're like not doing things for yourself, you don't spend time with yourself, you don't like nurture yourself, you don't pamper yourself, you don't take yourself out on dates, or you know, you don't like maybe really just kind of like protect yourself or support yourself, then you're going to attract someone else that's just like that. Like, they're going to be a mirror image of how you feel about yourself, how you treat yourself, if that makes sense, right? So you want to make sure that you are doing the things like your little self-care routine. And that could also be like maybe doing yoga, stretching, journaling, and you know, having like positive affirmations that you say to yourself. Even like, I'm gonna be honest, you guys, I literally talk to myself every day, and not like in a weird crazy way but like, I'll look in the mirror and I say, I love you, Joy, you know, you're awesome, you're amazing, you're beautiful, you know, you're doing well, like, you know what I'm saying, you're healthy, you know, and stuff like that. You know, you have to talk to yourself in a positive way. Even if you don't say it out loud, sometimes you can say it in your head if you're out and about, if you don't want to seem like you're too crazy. Just like if you're like out and about, like, you know, on the road and stuff like that, or just walking, you know, maybe just have that little small little conversation with yourself, just to, and this is going to help you feel better, you guys. This is going to help with your recovery, right? This is going to help with your healing, because like I said, if you're not doing this, you may get thoughts and different words and other people, like a narcissist, right? That's going to talk down on you. They're going to bring your energy down. They're going to make you feel bad. They're going to say all of these negative, disencouraging, disempowerment things to bring down your self-esteem, to bring down your self-worth. So you have to counteract that. You know what I'm saying? And this is not just a one-time thing. This is a daily thing that you have to be doing. And this is a part of the inner healing, right? And that's what when I say that in the videos, that's what I mean. You have to take the steps and the action and the persistence action steps that's going to help with your recovery, right? Because you can't just do it like maybe 1 or 2 days and think like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be good. Like, no, it has to be consistent and it has to be persistent, so that way you can see the results, right? And other people will notice. They're like, oh, you know, look at Darmisha, or oh, look at Joy, and oh, I see she looks better, she feels better, she has a good energy about herself, she has better attitude about herself, you know, like she must be, what's she doing over there? Like, you know, people will start to notice, and they may ask you like, hey, like, what do you do? Or what type of you know, skincare lotion that you use, or sugar scrub, or you know, how do you do your hair, or you know, where you get your clothes from, or you know, what do you use on your face, or what do you use on your body? You smell good, you look good, like what's going on? What are you doing different than I'm not doing? You know what I'm saying? So that's how you know that you're on the right path, right? You're on the right step when it comes to recovery. And the same thing, it could be like your mind. People may admire like your mind, like how you think, your mentality. Like, I've actually had people say like, hey, I really like your mentality. Like, that's really cool that you think that way. I admire that. You know what I mean? So yeah. And I'm not bragging or nothing like that. I'm just saying this is like a real life stuff. That's how you can tell like you're healing, right? Because if you feel kind of like down in the dumps still, or if you're still kind of missing the narcissist, you know, again, there's work to do. It's not saying that that's bad or that's wrong. It's just saying that there's still more inner work that you have to do, if that makes sense, right? So anyways, you guys, yes, Darmisha, yes. So I went on ahead and I linked the scrubs. So yes, I would love for you to try it. And then this is, once you finish the order on Darmisha, this is, you can email me and let me know that you've purchased the book, and let me know that you've purchased the scrubs. And like I said, I'll go ahead and ship it out to you to your address. I would just need your address and stuff like that. So and thank you, I appreciate it. Yes, you can actually put it in the refrigerator if you want. That's totally fine. No one has ever asked me that, but yeah, you can definitely put it in the refrigerator. Because like I said, I do recommend, just don't have it like around moisture. Like I said, you want to keep it as solid as it can, because sometimes, with like, because it's real natural sugar, right? You know how sugar is, right? So this is what it looks like on the inside. So that's the sugar, and it has the oils in it and stuff like that, and it has the fragrance. So yeah, if you want to refrigerate it, that's totally fine. If you want to make it last a little bit longer, and stuff like that. Oh, and by the way, I'll just read it. It just says, like as far as the directions when you're in the shower, it just says apply to damp skin in a gentle circular motion, because you don't want to be like too hard on it, because it's your skin, right? But it says maybe used from head to toe. It's not for the face, by the way. I don't recommend putting it on your face. It's for your body, right? And I will actually have a facial scrub coming out soon, but this is for your body, right? And it says rinse off sugar, then use the natural oils that stay on skin as a moisturizer. So you can use this, and then let's say maybe you have some like body oil, you can totally do that. Or if you just want to use the sugar scrub, that's totally fine, right? And like I said, this is good, like I said, just for shaving, or if you just want to do like an exfoliation on your body, that's fine. I know I normally use this once or twice a week. Like you don't want to over exfoliate. But that's kind of like how I use mine. And then it says for shaving, rinse off sugar, and then shave using the oils remaining. You pat towel dry and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much that. But like I said, don't keep it in the shower. Just take it with you. You put it in your bathroom cabinet, or just put it somewhere in your room to keep the duration. Like I said, you can also put it in the refrigerator too. That's totally fine. So yeah, that's good. And then as far as yeah, so that's basically the use of it. And just be careful too, because like when you do use it in the bathroom, it may be a little bit slippery. So just be careful with that as well. And then also, yeah, so it says not for ingestion. It says base oils and some essential fragrance oils may cause allergic or sensitive reactions. So just kind of test it out too, like test a little bit like on a small piece of your body, right? And then like on a small area of the skin first. And it says, please use caution as bath or shower may be slippery after use, right? So just be mindful, right, when you're using it. But yes, highly, highly recommend this. So like I said, this one is the citrus ginger. Amazing. And then this one is the milk and coconut. This one's great too. So yeah. And it has like the shrink wrap on top, so it's like nice and fresh and all that good stuff. So yeah. But yeah, that's exciting, you guys. I'm really excited for you all to try that. And then you said the ex I told you about is 37. Okay. And the new supplier is 43. Oh, wow. And married. He bragged and said she's better than me. Oh boy. And that's why my ex had a baby on me. I felt so used, but it's okay. What comes around goes around. Yeah. I'm so sorry that happened. That's never okay and not cool at all. So, but just understand, when the narcissist does things like that to you, just, yeah, what goes around comes around. So, if they hurt you, they're definitely going to get what's coming to them. So don't feel like what now that they've moved on to someone else, that they're going to be happily ever after and not have to deal with the consequences of, hurting you, betraying you and stuff like that. And they get to live happily for the rest of their life. No, that's not realistic. You know what I'm saying? Now it may look that way and for maybe a couple months or years, and that could have you maybe down in the dumps or feeling disappointed or feeling like, oh man, there was something wrong with me or whatever, but that's not the case. So, and the thing is that new supply is not better. The only thing that new supply is maybe good at being, victimized, or maybe there's somebody that could put up with pain more, or maybe they might not speak up for themselves, or they may be a pushover, right? They could be a people pleaser, they could be a doormat. You just never know. And I know that some people may feel like that person is better because maybe you put the narcissist on a pedestal, right? So sometimes you have to begin to take the narcissist off of that pedestal, and that's going to really be able to help you to kind of see clearly like what's going on. And the other thing is that the reason why that narcissist is with that person is because the narcissist cannot be alone either. So they need to have someone to be codependent off of. They need to have someone that they're abusing, mistreating and stuff like that, because that makes them happy to be able to do that. But it also makes them happy to know that you're probably feeling upset about the whole situation too. So you kind of have to like not you have to show the narcissist that you're not affected by it, but even though you may be, but you have to try your best to show the opposite, right, of how you really feel. Just for the narcissist, like if it's with like maybe you have a session with me or something, or you talk to someone else about it, yeah, like definitely feel free to express your emotions, feel free to, get out all those feelings and different thoughts and concerns that you may have, when you're talking to someone that you can maybe trust or someone you like, or, what I'm saying. But when it comes to a narcissist, you don't want to express to them how you really feel, because they're only going to use that against you at a later time, right? So that's just, it's kind of unfortunate, but it's the truth, so. But yeah, you said called me out of the blue just to brag about his new girlfriend. Oh wow, as if I didn't matter. I helped this man get on his feet, and the disrespect was crucial. It's okay now. I'm good. I wish him the best. Okay. Yeah, no, that's they will do that. A lot of the narcissists, they're very petty, they're very vengeful, and they're very spiteful. So they want to make you hurt. I mean, like long story short, or low key, like the narcissists, they're probably hurting too. They put in a lot of time, energy, effort to get you right, maybe to lock you down or to get you in a relationship, right? And now they got to go and find someone else. So they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to make you pay. I'm going to make you feel my pain. I'm going to make you suffer. I'm going to make you feel regret for your decision. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can never find anybody better than me. Now I'm going to, whatever I didn't give to you, I'm going to give to this next person just to hurt your feelings, just to get you upset, just to get you in your emotions. Just, you know what I'm saying? They want to upset you basically, and you just don't want to give them that power. Don't allow them to ruin, you, to break you down, to kill your vibe, to kill your spirit, because that's what they want to do. Don't allow them to do it. Even if you feel like they have, don't show it, right? You got to maybe show it somewhere else, but don't let the narcissist hear it or see that you are affected by what they're doing, because that's going to really stroke their ego. That's really going to kind of validate what they've done to you was the right decision, so you want to prove them wrong the best way that you can, right? So yeah. And Real G said, okay, I'll email. Yes, please email me. I look forward to the email. Real G, you said yes, he's a Capricorn. Hold on, I don't know, this heart thing is blocking me. Okay, you said yeah, he's a Capricorn and he's a Libra. That makes sense. Oh wow, so he's a Capricorn sun, or is he a Libra sun? Because you know how they have like different like sun signs, moon signs, rising signs. So like me, for instance, I'm a Taurus sun, I'm a Pisces rising, and I'm a Cancerian moon. So, but Capricorns, you guys know what's crazy? Like I don't know if you're new or if you've been watching me for a while. So my aunt, she's actually a Capricorn, and usually like I kind of mesh with Capricorns a lot for the most part, but some of the Capricorns that I've like been running into as of lately have been very jealous, have been very envious, and very like conniving, so very like snake-like. So, and my aunt was a Capricorn, and that's exactly how she was. Very conniving, very passive aggressive, very just kind of evil, you know what I'm saying? And just did not have the right intentions. And Libras, I don't really have a problem with Libra. They're pretty chill people. They're loving, right? They're pretty loving, but I guess maybe like the low vibrational Libras they can lie a lot, right? They may lie a lot. And stuff like that. Some of them can kind of come off as, I guess, like a player or something like that, but most of them are pretty chill. A lot of them are very fair, balanced people. In the zodiac astrology, Libra represents balance. It represents karma. So a lot of them are very balanced people. Some of them maybe have to deal with karma, I guess, in a certain sense or whatever like that. Or, it has a lot to do with like contracts and, documents and marriages and divorces and stuff when it comes to Libras. So, that's as far as like astrology goes, right? Because you guys know I do readings as well. So yeah. You said he's a Cap sun. Okay, 110. And yeah, so my aunt was a December Capricorn, but January Capricorns, they can be okay, but yeah, they can kind of be like the December Capricorns as well, which is like some of them can be very addicting. They can be they're toxic, like not all, but some of them can be kind of toxic, very devilish behavior, obsessive, controlling, manipulative, right? And I had a boss that was a Capricorn, and I kind of felt his vibe. Like this was like back in 2016, and I don't know, it was just something that was about him that I knew just wasn't right, and I don't know, I always like trust my intuition because, I just whenever we was around, he would always like try to, I don't know, just try to like talk down on me, and not just me, but other people too. Like that was just his personality. And I don't know, I didn't really feel comfortable around him at all. So something about those Capricorns, I just be like, ooh, let me stay away. So but yeah, no, I definitely get it. And then as far as Real G, you said are you a Taurus too, Real G? Let me see. Oh, okay, you're a Taurus too. Okay, 421. Okay, I'm 5'10". Yeah, I'm a May Taurus. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Bull gang in the building. But anyways, you guys, that's pretty much it. So I wanted to share with you just briefly here. I don't want to make this video too long, but I wanted to share, like, and I might do like a part 2, because I wanted to talk to you guys about putting God first and how that's really going to be a good part of your healing process. So when I say put God first, I'm saying, and I kind of mentioned it earlier, it's like trusting God for like making decisions in your life. Like for one, you go to God about the things that you need help with, right? And then, like I said, and this is why this is important to be by yourself sometimes, especially like after you deal with narcissistic abuse, or maybe you're just on your spiritual journey, your healing journey, whatever the case is because that way when you ask God questions, or you pray to God, or you talk to God, that way you can hear clearly, without any distractions. You can hear what God is trying to tell you, or you may have dreams, you may have visions, and God is trying to guide you and tell you like, okay, this is the next move, my child, right? And so the reason why I say that is because, all right, so, and I kind of talk about this in my book too. So I don't want to give you guys like the full, because I don't want to ruin the book for you, because I want you to read it, right? Because that way it's going to help you. But so just like kind of like a little tease, right? So basically, I used to live in Illinois. I currently live in Florida, right? So I used to live in Illinois, and I had a plan for myself. I was like, I want to leave Illinois because I did not like being there. For one, it was like such a ghost town, and the environment just was not, I didn't really like it, but my family is there, right? And I do have family here in Florida as well, which is nice. But I wanted to move to Florida because I was like, I like the weather. There's a lot of opportunities here. And I was just like, yeah, just overall good move for me. And so, but my dad, he did not agree with it. And some other people were just like, no, I don't think you should do it. And at the time, I was not like working or anything like that. I had my YouTube, and I was doing other things, but I didn't have really a way to like really like support myself, and I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I know I wanted to move, right? And I was just like, okay, God, like, what do I do? How do I go about moving? And at the time, I was in a contract with my like where I was staying at my apartment. I was in a contract, but the contract ended early 2023. And I was kind of dealing with a lot during that time as well. And so, but I told myself, I was like, I want to move to Florida. And so I don't know if some of you guys noticed, like on the videos that I did last year, make sure that you do go back and you watch some of my previous videos to kind of understand where this is coming from. But I used to make some of my videos. I had a car at the time, right? My dad had actually given me a car. And I had that car since like 2019 up to 2020. And he had given it to me. He even gave the title to me and everything, right? And so I was like, okay, cool. So, if I have the car, maybe I can go ahead and take the drive from Illinois to Florida. I know it would have been a long drive, but hey, at least I would have had a car, right? So but what ended up happening was my dad, because he didn't want me to leave so bad, he wanted me to stay in Illinois with him. And I guess he was making it seem like I was never, ever, ever going to go back and visit him. And that's how sometimes some dysfunctional parents or toxic parents, they can be that way, especially when they're in older age. And I'll make another video about this at a later time. But anyway, So what he ended up doing was, because he didn't want me to leave so bad, he took the car away from me, you guys. So my dad took the car that he actually gave me and gave me the title to the car. He took it away from me because he wanted me to stay in Illinois. And so I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys was like, you may be thinking like, oh my God, he did that. And like, yes, he did that. And it was hurtful because it's just like, you literally gave me this car. Like, why are you taking something back that you gave me? It's like you're being an Indian giver, right? And so he took the car away from me. And so I had to figure things out because I said to myself, I said, God, I want to move, you know? And so I prayed to God. I talked to God. I said, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I trust that you're going to guide me. And I asked for confirmation from God. I was like, God, give me some signs, give me some experiences that you do agree with me with moving to Florida. And God showed me the signs. Like, it was just little things that I had seen, like on my computer, my laptop. I was getting visions in my mind. I was dreaming about it, and other people had started saying Florida and stuff like that. And by the way, I used to live in Florida back in 2019 as well. So anyways, so that happened with my dad, and I had to figure things out. And lo and behold, I had to like leave where I was staying at because that contract was up and I had to move out, right? And so that was a whole process in itself. And so, long story short, I still really didn't have anywhere to stay before I had left from Illinois to go to Florida. And so I ended up having to stay like in a transitional housing before I left to go to Florida. And but still, I didn't really have the funds to be able to make that move. But what was crazy is that luckily, I think that was around like tax season, so like my taxes had came through, so that kind of allowed me to be able to make that move to Florida. So I was like, okay, cool, like God, he's working and stuff like that, so that was good. But in the end, like my dad, he was still upset, like he was mad, he didn't help me or anything like that. He really didn't call me or anything to make sure that I was okay or anything. And he knew, like, at that point in time, like I was dealing with a lot. So like, there was a lot into it. But like I said, I don't want to spoil the book for you. But anyway, so I was able to go down to Florida, but the thing is that I didn't really have anywhere to go per se when I was in Florida. Like I was like kind of staying at different hostels, and I was kind of like doing my thing for the time being, because I was doing other stuff on the side. And so, but the thing is the funds that I had was kind of running out, because I was like kind of like out. I had stepped out on faith with God, and you know how sometimes when you step out on faith with God, it's like things are not as it could be a little unstable at times, because you know how God works. God kind of makes it happen like right on time, not before, not like too early, but it's like right on time. So you kind of have to wait like for when the time is right, like in God's eyes. So yeah, so I was staying at different hostels, and then so I was telling myself, I was like, okay, God, like, what do you want me to do? Like, what's next? And so I ended up being rerouted to another transitional housing for like 3 weeks. And I was there, and I had met some people, and I was actually in like southern Florida, right? But after the 3 weeks, you had to kind of go out and find your way. And I was thinking like, okay, God, like, where am I going? Because I really don't have anywhere to go. And so I ended up going to actually I was kind of like out and about, like in the like living out in the area, right? And it was kind of getting a little scary because where I was staying at, it wasn't really that secure. It was kind of a little like, a lot of people could see it as being a little dangerous, being a little risky type of thing. And, I was like a little afraid. I was like, okay, God, I remember I had a conversation with God. I was like, okay, God, do you want me to go back to, no, excuse me. Do you want me to go back to Illinois? Because I see like where you had me, I'm a little uncomfortable. I'm kind of like out in the open where people can, you never know what's going on. Like, you get what I'm saying? And so I asked God, I was like, God, if you want me to stay here in Florida, please give me a yes or no. And if you do agree, can you make it so that I can go somewhere that's a little bit more stable, where I'm safe and I'm protected? I have a nice place to shower. I have a nice place to, lay in the bed and stuff like that, So, I was waiting for God to let me know. And I was like, if you want me to go back to Illinois, that's totally fine, because like I said, I was at a point where I was keeping God first and trusting in God that he had my back and that he had a plan for my life, right? And so, long story short, I was doing my thing, I was out and about, and out of nowhere, this person comes to me and they're like, "Hey, are you doing business here? Because we've been kind of noticing that you've been in this area, and we just want to make sure everything is okay." Blah blah blah. Long story short, there's this person that comes up to me. She's like saying, "Hey, we have somewhere for you to go. Just come with me." And so, long story short, I was able to stay at another transitional housing for 8 months. And the place that I was staying for 8 months actually helped me to move into the place where I'm at now. And the place where I'm at now actually is covering my rent for a few months. But I'm able to take care of myself and maintain. And so I'm saying all this to say is that when you put God first, when you listen to God and you trust God's plan for your life, that's really going to help you, because what God has for you is for you, right? And God has your best interest. So even though, maybe certain family members and associates and friends, they have grown up with you and been around you your whole life, sometimes, and it's sad to say, they may not have your best interest like how God will, right? And so that's what I just felt so good, because even to the last place that I was staying at, that was like a transitional housing, it was rough, you guys. Like, it was so rough. And I'm actually going to talk about this in another video. So like, basically, like where I was staying at, the people, there was fights. There was like crazy people in there. Some people that didn't clean up after themselves, you just have just like weirdos, and you just have, it's like, it's uncomfortable, right? It's a really uncomfortable environment. It's almost like you have to survive, like, you know what I'm saying? What is it, the survival of the fittest? Is that like a show or something? But that's what I felt like it was, like you had to survive there. And I noticed that I was protected, because every day I said, "God, thank you for protecting me, thank you for keeping me safe." And I used to say out loud, like, "Okay, God, I'm glad that I'm able to move into my new apartment this month, this year." Like, I would be saying that out loud, like every day to myself, and I didn't know how I was going to do it, you guys. I didn't know how, because like I said, where I had came from in Illinois, I kind of had to start over. I had to start over, and I just was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I was like, "God, I trust you, because I feel like you have always been there for me in the past. And when I was going through different things, he always showed me he was there." So I was like, I know God is not going to let me down. And, they always say God never disappoints, God never fails. It's true, you guys. It's so true. And so I was just so glad that I trusted God. And I'm going to continue to keep doing that. And I'm going to continue to keep putting God first. And I'm just making this video because I want you guys, I don't know if you've taken your step yet, or if you're on your spiritual path or your journey, or that day or area in your life. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I don't know if you're on your walk in life where you're just like, "Okay, I'm gonna put God first. I'm keeping God first for this new year and for the rest of my life." That's how I feel. Like, I literally rely on God for everything. And the thing is sometimes God uses other people. So God may use other people to kind of come into your life and help you. He could use a job to help you. He could use a certain business opportunity to help you. He could use a neighbor to help you. He could use a stranger to help you. Like God, he works through other people as well, right? So I had to kind of keep that in mind, right? So again, I'm just saying all this to say is, don't allow the narcissist or anybody else to ruin your new year. If you want to learn more about putting God first, please don't hesitate to book a session with me, and I can definitely kind of like tell you how I did it. Or, if you just want advice on that, please feel free to book a session so you can like kind of get on that journey. Or maybe you just feel lost in life, or you feel like, man, like I want to do more with my life, but I don't know how. Or maybe you feel afraid to take a risk, or you feel afraid to step out on faith. And I was too, God, you guys. Like, I was so scared to trust God. I was so scared to put my full trust in God. Like, and once I started putting my trust in God, I'm like, dude, I should have been doing this. Like, what was I thinking? Like, you know what I'm saying? So oh, thank you. I appreciate it. The real G. Yes, thank you. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when you put God first, the blessings just flow, you guys. I'm telling you. And I'm like, dude, like I could have been doing this. Like, but it's like, and that's the whole thing. It's like, no one tells you this. Like, your parents don't tell you this. Teachers don't tell you this. Associates, friends. And it could just be, maybe they don't know. They don't have a clue, right? A lot of people just don't know about this. I think like people that, maybe, I guess maybe they're quote unquote spiritual, they're religious. I think they just think because they do certain rituals, like they go to church or they pray or they, put tithes in or stuff like that, that they're gonna have certain things come into their life. Like, no, it's like you actually have to live it. Like you actually have to step out on faith. Sometimes you may have to give up things, right? You may have to, excuse me, you may have to give up family members, friends, loved ones. You may have to give up like your home. You may have to give up your car. You may have to give up possessions. um you have to give up a lot of stuff in order to follow God, because not everybody's going to follow God and not everybody's a believer, and I'm not a Christian either, by the way, you guys. I'm not a Christian. I don't celebrate, certain holidays and stuff like that. Like I'm not of the world, you guys. I'm not like, I live in it, but I'm not of it. You know what I'm saying? And so, but yeah, I hope we're good as far as the chat. Yeah, there we go. Are we still on? I hope we're still on. But anyways, you guys, I just thought I'd share this with you because, like I said, I just feel like putting God first is really the key to your healing. Now, you may be asking like, okay, Joy, but more on like, what do you mean by putting God first? So like, you may have to have a conversation with God and say, hey, God, like I'm really hurting right now. I don't know how I'm going to get over this situation with the narcissist, but I just need to know that you're going to help me with this, or I need to know that you're with me right now. And you could say, hey, God, show me what you need me to do to help me to get over this narcissist, or show me what you need me to do to heal from this situation, or give me some signs or some experiences, or what's my next step? What do I need to do next? Right. And when you say that, just make sure that you're open to listening, because a lot of people may say they talk to God, but they're not listening. And because maybe they want something else, maybe they want God to say something else, but they're not really wanting to do what God is needing them to do, right? So sometimes it may not work all the time. But what I learned is like when you listen to God, when you trust God, that is the key. That's really going to help you to heal, because you start to feel better. You start to feel more secure. You feel more protected. And you're like, all right, if God got me, I'm good. Like, because you know that God has your back. You know that God has the best intentions for you, versus maybe somebody else where maybe they're not from God per se, or maybe they could just be somebody that you knew and grow up with, and maybe they don't want you to leave them, or maybe they feel like, oh, you think you're better or whatever, or maybe they feel jealous or manipulated, or maybe they could be trying to control you or something. They don't have your best interest, right? Because they don't have that type of relationship that you have with God, right? So it just really depends. And thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But I'm going to go ahead and end the video. I hope that this was helpful, you guys. Please feel free to share this with a family or a friend. I'm going to talk more about this because, like I said, I've noticed, like I said, when you put your trust in God, or when you put him first, literally just things come. But like I said, it's not easy though. It's not easy. Like if I was to tell you it's easy, I'd be lying. And I'm not a liar. I don't like to lie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, people will go against you. Your own flesh and blood, people you thought that, they were your friend, or people you thought that they liked you, or people you thought that they were associates, or anyone, and honestly, I feel like all everything that I've been through, I'm okay with it now. Like whatever it has happened to me, I'm like, okay, like if I have God, like I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, eventually what will happen is, because some people are okay with, just having a relationship with God, but other people may want to have like a significant other, or a loved one, or a companion. Then you can say, hey, God, you know what? I would love to have a companion in my life, someone that will love me like how you love me, or value me how you value me. And then, God will begin to bring people into your life that's a reflection of how you feel about yourself, right? So that is something to keep in mind, because, some people are like, hey, I want to be alone for the rest of my life. And then others are like, no, I like to have a significant other, or like a companion, or, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So it just depends. But anyways, you guys, I know on my chat it keeps saying it's going in and out. I hope that y'all can see me and hear me good. I hope that all is well. But anyway, make sure that you do give the video a like, share, subscribe, and I hope that you learned something. I would love to know what was your takeaway. I do have some more things coming out, so make sure that you guys do subscribe to my website. And like I said, make sure that you do get my book. Make sure that you also do get my sugar scrubs. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. So yes, you will love it. You will love the scrubs. You will also love the book as well. Recommended. I do have some other things as far as like, dealing with the narcissist. I'm gonna do like a community board post, so make sure that you guys, like I said, are subscribed. I want to see what else it is that you guys want to learn, so again, so we can have some more courses, some group coaching and stuff like that, because again, this whole thing with recovering from the narcissist, it does a lot of damage. I'm pretty sure you guys know what I mean, like mentally, psychologically, emotionally. And like I said, it's always like, we may not want to deal with it. I get it. Maybe it's scary, maybe it's uncomfortable, but think about it. Like, whenever you were afraid and once you maybe did it, aren't you happy that you did it? Like, you'd be like, oh, okay, it wasn't that bad. Like, so that's what I kind of want, if you're like my follower, subscriber, and you're like, yeah, Joy, like, I see what you're saying. Like, I want to work on myself. Then I want for us all to kind of like invest in ourselves and commit to like really just changing ourselves for the better, right? Because like I said, I know change is not always easy. I get it. Nobody likes to change, right? But in the end, you're like, dude, like that was a good decision. I see why you say that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you'll realize like it was worth it. So, but yeah, if you want to learn more about that, or if you want to support from me in any way, make sure you visit my website. I would love to support you in any way that I can, and all that good stuff. But I love you guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye. Oh, and the Real G, yes, Happy New Year. Yes, I'm excited. So like I said, send me an email, the Real G, and then I'll send you the links for the book as well as the scrubs. And yeah, that's exciting. I'm happy for you, the Real G. And anybody else watching, definitely try my sugar scrubs, try my books, see how you like it. This is a new year. Like I said, don't allow the narcissist to ruin it for you. You got to protect yourself, right? You got to nurture yourself, and you got to create boundaries, right? It's about setting those boundaries, putting yourself first, keeping God first, keeping God at the forefront. Like, allow God to guide you, right? Allow God to take control over your life, and He's gonna. I'm telling you guys, He's gonna lead you in the right path. He's gonna lead you in the right direction. Because anyone else that's not of God or doesn't have that same mindset, they're not gonna lead you in the right direction. They're gonna steer you in the wrong direction. They're gonna take you off the right path, and then you're gonna go on a downward spiral, and then that's when you're gonna be miserable, and you don't want that for yourself. So anyway, enough of that. We'll do like a part 2, because this is definitely, I could talk about this all day and all night. But anyway, all right, you guys, I love you so much. Take care. Bye.